November 26, 2024. I got an update for you guys. Let's get tapped in here. It's a late night session. We got to make sure that we share the word. Folks might still be, heading off to bed. Let's wake them back up. We got to keep this pump rolling on. And now it's not a pump anymore, but we're holding strong. As I titled tonight's update, XRP Strength On Display. A flip of the switch moment for XRP that we're going to talk about in today's call as well. Now, a flip of the switch moment, I've been talking about this. We got Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, maybe we got a couple other co-pilots in there as well, moving this XRP story forward. On their dashboard of this rocket ship, we still have a lot of switches left to flip. But today we get Deck Screener, more on that and how that completely changes the game for XRP and the XRP ledger. And then, of course, we're going to have a full update here. Now, the reason why I am late today, my apologies for no video earlier today. I had completely forgot that I had an appointment in Seattle. So I had an exercise test, and they're checking out my heart. For those of you guys who don't know, I did have heart surgery when I was 5. And then again, in basically the end of 2016, I had a second update surgery. So we got to make sure that the ticker's running good. So I had to drive down to Seattle this morning, and then I had to drive back. So I drove for 4.5 hours here today. Thankfully, it went smooth. It went good. I think I pumped it up pretty good on the exercise test. But that's why I didn't get out any content earlier today. And I was looking forward to coming here live tonight. So I appreciate you guys for allowing me to come here late, get cleaned up, and give you guys a presentation here. Adult beverage next to me. Let's enjoy ourselves, and let's get right on into it. This market is coming back. This is healthy. But what we're witnessing right now with XRP, this is why I've been saying that the panic and the FOMO starts to set in, because we don't know if we're going to get the dollar make you holla special anymore for XRP. We don't know if we're going to get the 2-for-1 special ever again. See, when you look back, and I wanted to tell this story, I was thinking of this earlier today. Back during the March 2020 crash, or one of those big crashes that we got, I thought it was the March 2020, when XRP went down to 11 cents. I remember this so well. It was at 11 cents, and I didn't buy because we thought that the world was coming to an end. But I also was getting too greedy. I was waiting to buy XRP at 5 cents. I'm here with my little doofus moron calculations with my calculator. Oh my goodness, if XRP goes to 5 cents and I can throw my little bag at it, I'm going to have a big bag. XRP never went below 10 cents. 11 cents was that low. And that was the low that we've had over the past 6-7 years that I've been investing in XRP. I didn't buy at 11 because I was waiting for 5 cents. See, you guys aren't going to buy right now, right, at $1.50 because we want to buy back at $1. If we do get a back trace to $1, folks won't want to buy at $1 because I think it's going back to 50 cents. But the setup right now for XRP is so strong. Don't forget, don't get it twisted that we've already been outperforming XRP and our little brother XLM with the best performance. And so we have to remember this while the rest of the space is, kind of in panic right now. We're going to talk about what just got announced by Quant today. I think that they just have made a fatal mistake, a big mistake by Quant, removing themselves from Twitter here earlier today. Twitter is where it's happening, especially in cryptocurrency. And then we're going to talk about Bitcoin, their community. They're all, hoping that Michael Saylor comes in with some more billions to invest in Bitcoin to keep that story propped up. You look across the rest of the space, the only other thing that's really hot with momentum, you got coins like Sui, blockchains like Sui, a couple others. It's mostly the memes. That's the only place that you're getting bigger gains than XRP and XLM right now. And so for me, it's been a DCA strategy into these assets based off of fundamentals with an understanding that I can hold through bear markets. I can hold if the timeline has been extended, and thank God I set myself up, and many of you guys did as well, because here we are, November 26th, we're starting to get some action for XRP, but some folks weren't able to make it to this point, had to offload those bags to get to this point. Now we're trying to reaccumulate bags. And one thing that I've been hammering home, and I'm going to get right on into this update here now, is that making sure you have a plan, because XRP is moving. That's clear. Now, you can debate me on how strong the fundamentals are, how high XRP is going to go. It's moving. This is no longer up for debate that it's moving. Okay. If you're a big bag holder, I just want you to be comfortable. If you're a holder and you're going to hold through this bull run or for the foreseeable future or forever or till 589, that's fine. I'm holding a lot of my XRP too. Trust me. I'm holding a lot of my XRP through all this forever. Absolutely. I just want you to be able to stomach and understand that your bag is about to go somewhere really fun. And then we are going to get a pullback, just like we're getting right now. We are going to go somewhere really fun. We will get a pullback. So are you ready to watch your XRP bag go from $1 million back down to 500,000? Go to 10 million bucks back down to 5 million. If you can stomach it, if you have conviction on your thesis on XRP going to 589 or somewhere in between, then God bless you. Me too. I'm holding on to a lot of my XRP through this move, right? But I've set targets for myself all the way here in the single digits, all the way up to $25 XRP for this bull run, just in case. If we do get that 27 fractal extension all the way up into the 20s, let's have ourselves a good time, right? But part of having a good time is being able to execute your strategy at those moments, which is more difficult than buying during the bear market. It's more difficult to navigate these bull runs during euphoria, during massive pumps and green candles and hype and clickbait. And I told you that when XRP goes to all-time high, I am making an O-face video. I will be making an O-face video, XRP all-time high. But then I'll also be reminding you that I'm executing my exit strategy. Without further ado, let's get right on into it, into the markets, into the news. Appreciate you guys for stopping by here tonight. If you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying to drop content on a daily basis, which is why I'm coming here late. Let's get it. So right now, here's your XRP strength on display. Look at those perfect taps. Now, you guys wouldn't believe me, other than we've built up some trust, haven't we? When I tell you that I've had this line here, this horizontal doofus moron technical analysis here, I've had my horizontal line on XRP at $1.28 for years, for a couple years now. Sure enough, comes back and back tests 2 perfect wicks right to that level. Goodness gracious. Got lucky. This thing right here, look at this wedge. I don't need to draw the trend lines. I mean, you see that. This trend line here, consolidation, but we have a base. This is why I like my horizontal. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? $1.28, back test, couple times. We're going to triple tap it? Maybe. You see the levels here. XRP's building strength above $1. XRP's building strength above $1.30. If we break $1.30, we have supported $1.10. If we break it, sure, $1, there's going to be a ridiculous amount of buy orders coming in. You have to understand that we are clearing the order books of all the sellers. All the people that are having to sell right now, want to sell right now, whatever their reasoning is. I don't try to judge people if I don't know what their full situation is. Maybe somebody has to offload some XRP. Maybe somebody's a short-term trader. That's fine. I'm not selling at these levels. Now, I'm also not buying at these levels. So we do need more buyers to come in here at $1.30, $1.50, $2, all the way up to $5 and $10. We need buyers. Where's it going to come from? Well, right now, it's really one of the only, shows in town that really has something cooking, that really is getting people excited. Now, of course, I'm in the XRP echo chamber, but like I said, you look around, there are a couple other hot projects, but do you have the documentation that we have? Do you have the red folder? Do you have a documentary coming out right now? Is the CEO of one of the main companies within your ecosystem meeting with the Trump team? Not just talking about it, but actually meeting with the Trump team? Is the CEO of one of the biggest companies in your ecosystem doing that? That's the question that I've been asking this whole time I've been in this cryptocurrency space, is who is using the token that matters? With XRP, we have 500 plus institutions. We're tapped in with institutions that connect us to thousands more. See, this is why I titled this episode XRP Strength on Display. It's not just that we still got fundamentals cranking. Dex Screener just went live. The hype does not stop. I mean, the amount of people, every time I turn on TikTok, it's just some random person pumping XRP. Live shows, little videos, soccer moms. It's just insane, the XRP hype, but it's backed up by real fundamentals. Whether or not that person hyping up XRP can explain that, come on in. Like our good friend Digital Perspective says, Brad Kimes, bring them on in. Hopefully we can make it to the channels like this one and others that can help people really understand this past the hype, right? See, I've been trying to cut out the BS FUD that we've been getting from one side, but then I also try to bring us back down to a realistic conversation, which does include talking about XRP at very high prices. Fair warning, we do still talk about very high prices responsibly. It's all about utility and liquidity, which we haven't even seen yet. So I'm saying, how high can this retail speculation bull run moment take XRP? Let's go build a base at $5, at $10 before we get institutional flip of the switch moment. Now, the reason why, see, we've come down a little bit, right? We went up to $1.62, normal pullback here. Very normal pullback for XRP is because the rest of the crypto market got way over leveraged. There's no reason to be going long Bitcoin at 100,000. Shoot, I don't even know why people are buying above 90,000, to be honest with you guys. I have no idea other than, well, I do know, right? We've been fed a narrative that you have to have Bitcoin in your portfolio to be in crypto. It's hogwash. 92,800. This is after Bitcoin comes all the way back down here to 90,800. Bitcoin comes all the way back down to 90,800. This is why the market's correcting. But let's measure this, right? From the highs, right? Bitcoin correction of 8%. Okay, Ethereum. Remember, Ethereum, I need to adjust it. Looks like we went and set. So we've done a 50% from the swing low before the election. Remember, we're in a new reality. Now that Trump has been elected, we're in a new reality. For the people that are now coming into crypto, this is the reality that they're entering. They could have decided from this election going forward in 48% pump gains for Bitcoin. Congratulations. 50% for Ethereum. That's cute. Or they could have hopped on the train with XRP for 231%. Or if you wanted to have more fun, you hopped into Stellar for 610% gains. Like I said, we are blowing out the rest of this space right now with a lot of gas left in this tank. Not hype. Not hype at all. Real documentation, real partnerships, not just consulting and doing photo ops, actually using the token. Just wait till there's regulations and laws passed here for the United States institutions and banks to admit that they've already partnered up with Ripple, because we believe that those deals are already done per the 1,000+ NDA contracts and dozens upon dozens of institutions that still bought XRP from Ripple during the lawsuit, on top of the pre-allocation contracts that go all the way back to 2015 and 2016, probably even before that. Now, XRP, I want to take a look at this here. I want to measure this correction here for XRP is 20%. For XRP, you're looking at a 20% correction. If you want 231% gains, you better be able to handle a 20% drop with your big boy or big girl pants on. I mean, let's be for real here. Now we measure XLM, the correction is 35%. Well, if you want 610% gains, you better be happy to take advantage of a 35% pullback. And this is who's going to win this bull run, is those that don't try to necessarily time the bottom. Like I said, I didn't buy 11-cent XRP. Could have got myself a lot because I wanted 5-cent XRP, right? Now, I've been talking about this. We are still exposed to much in this market. From a market perspective, we are very fragile, especially in the stock market. Now, it has been ripping to the upside and setting new all-time highs. I'm going to zoom out actually to the daily chart while we look at our stocks. This is the Dow Jones, now up to 44,860, looking like it's ready to push up towards 45,000. How about that? President Donald Trump, 45, 47. We got that merch on the way, by the way. That's going to be fun. Pushing up towards 45,000 for a Dow Jones. It's truly incredible. I remember this thing back at 30, back at 20. Some of you guys probably remember this thing back in the, thousands. Now, the dollar has grown here in strength. Basically, now we're starting to see some of the deals are starting to, be shared as far as what Trump is working on. the tariffs, 25% for Mexico, Canada. So what we're seeing right now is just strength back into the dollar. This is the cleanest shirt in the closet. But remember, this is the house of fiat currencies that is on fire. So yeah, the dollar is the cleanest shirt, but the house is on fire. I hope you can get out. And you know which assets I'm choosing to get out of the dollar with. NASDAQ 100, once again, back up here at all-time highs, just shy of that right now, 20,900. We are at a $6,000 S&P 500. So we're topping out here. This is the end of the run for stocks. Okay, we are going to get a correction. It's just a matter of how big is it going to be. Now, we got a bounce here. It looks like for gold, we did open up the week red. And then we did get the peace deal that was announced today between Lebanon and Israel. We're yet to see if that actually comes to fruition, if that's real or not. And we see that silver's back down here to 30.5. And this is the same thing that I said with the cryptos, is the same thing that I've said with the precious metals. If we go under $30 silver, I'll be a buyer once again. I'm not a buyer at these levels. I got a nice little stack. I'd love a lot more. And I want some gold too. My plan was to see silver run and then probably rotate some of that profit into gold, or just end up buying some more gold myself. But for me, the real opportunities in silver, and any chance that we're getting right now back at 30 bucks. I acquired my whole stack below 30, and I'll be a buyer once again if we go below those levels. And I have those affiliates down below as well for you guys. If you just look in the description of all of our videos, that's the precious metals link. Roll over a 401k retirement account or directly to your door. Speaking of affiliates, I just want to mention this one more thing, and then we'll get back to it. Tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Caleb and Brown. And so this is an exchange that I just got myself set up on. I wanted another option for this bull run. And the great thing is that they offer personalized brokerage service to you with institutional grade custody, with additional liquidity providers that I think are going to be very helpful. And I'm excited to talk about this with them tomorrow, about how we can source liquidity for XRP during these pumps where the market goes crazy and we're all trying to sell, we're all trying to make moves. And seemingly it's like no one's been able to handle the XRP pump other than a couple of these exchanges. And so we're going to talk about that with Caleb and Brown tomorrow, but that's also linked up down below too. And I wanted to let you guys know that Jim has assured me that we're going to be getting priority in our community as we onboard a lot of folks over there right now. So it's free to do so, free to get on the phone with them, and they'll help you get set up and everything. Just wanted to mention that real quick. I couldn't do it without your guys' support. So thank you so much. When you smack it, when you tap it, when you use our affiliates, when you've joined our private community, all of it is how we keep the lights on. Couldn't do it without you. Now, this is getting exciting out here. I'm so excited for this future. This is Mark Andreessen on Joe Rogan here. He says, every politician will have an account on a blockchain service. Future politicians will have blockchain accounts to verify public statements. With cameras around them constantly, their statements will be cryptographically signed, ensuring authenticity. It's how we'll validate what's real in the digital age. See, this is what I've been talking about, is that we needed decentralized voting, decentralized money, and decentralized social media. That's the three things that we need to free the people. And it's all here. It's all available, and DLT technology is the underlying aspect here. Now, I wanted to show you guys this one just to remind everybody how small of a community we really are. When people say, why would they let us get rich? You can point to the image below. This is retweeted by Anders, originally posted by Mr. I earlier this morning. At large, almost nobody in the world owns any significant amount of XRP. So when you look, this is Mr. I, Max engaging, by the way, retweeting Elon the Musk. We like to see that. Retweeting Elon. And he talks about right here how small of a group, and XRP holders are microscopic to the global population. Anders elaborates on this. There are $58 million millionaires in the world. Okay. There are only 133,000 people in the world holding over 25,000 XRP. We're literally talking about a little over 100,000 people that hold over 25,000 XRP. And I'm not fact checking him completely on that math or the source on that, but you get the point of just how small our group, our community really is. This is from Crypto Bull. XRP update. still moving in this falling wedge on the daily time frame, should break to the top the next 24 to 48 hours. This is essentially exactly what I said earlier on the chart, is that we got the base there at $1.30. We got this, basically the base right here, and we're ready to explode to the upside here. He says in the next 24 to 48 hours, which I would concur that we do got a move coming here soon. And one thing that I did want to remind everybody is that we got a big dump back in 2021 on Thanksgiving. So the bull run was already well underway. We'd already started climbing, and we got a huge Thanksgiving dump. At the time, it felt like a huge dump. And then we continued the bull run up and up and up and away. We went, and then we went and, basically concluded the bull run after that. Now, wanted to share, we had a huge victory today in the courts here. Paul Gerwal, privacy wins. Today, the Fifth Circuit held that the U.S. Treasury's sanctions against Tornado Cash smart contracts are unlawful. This is a historic win for crypto and all who care about defending liberty. Now, basically, this was, the protocol here. This is not something that you can place sanctions on because nobody can own it. And so these smart contracts cannot be owned is essentially what the case was. And so the Fifth Circuit has ruled that the U.S. Treasury's sanctions against Tornado Cash, the platform itself, are unlawful. There we go. Huge victory. Now, speaking of victories, the United States had a huge swing and a huge victory for pro-crypto candidates. This is Brad Garlinghouse commenting on Fairshake, the super PAC. He says, it's the most successful multi-candidate bipartisan super PAC in American history. See, this is both sides of the aisle. And if you guys know me, right, I don't like to come out and just say, oh, yes, I'm a Republican. For me, if somebody wants to stick a label on me, I prefer, my preferred label would be a libertarian conservative, right? I don't care what you're doing as long as you're not harming anybody, and just get the hell out of my way, right? And as far as fiscal standpoint, as far as government, I think it should be limited. There's very few resources that we need, very few tasks that we should, which there are big tasks that we do give to the federal government, but we've given them way too many, right? So that's where I stand on these issues. And when it comes to these elections, you're seeing right now who's in control. And it really does have the old guard in full panic, because what they're seeing is the power of the crypto community, a super PAC that really is, it's not completely grassroots. Let's not kid ourselves. This is primarily corporations and big companies like Ripple that have big money that came in and donated tens of millions of dollars. But on top of that, you are getting a grassroots support in a grassroots base. And I mean, Brad Garlinghouse has called out the XRP Army countless times, probably over 589 times. Brad Garlinghouse has, called out the XRP Army in the community for the fight, for engaging, for signing on with John Deaton, for the work that we've done with Jimmy Valley and the committee, right? Everything that we've done with the documentary now, everything that we've done, and we now have just had a tremendous, historical, the best ever, most successful multi-candidate bipartisan super PAC election in American history. Electing pro-crypto, pro-growth, and pro-innovation candidates is a no-brainer. And to continue that momentum, Ripple is contributing another $25 million to Fairshake onwards. Ripple ain't going anywhere, and the thing that you're seeing here is Brad Garlinghouse. They're already meeting with Trump. Trump's already listening to our story. Well, you guys know what our story is. Our story is the red folder. Trump has the red folder now. This is not a joke. Not only that, Ripple's been stepping in here along with others to defend us in the courts and to help us win this election in a major, major way. And it's been funny to watch because there are some people that are commenting on the legalities of the super PAC, and I get that. That is a touchy subject, and there is something to be considered there. But when our interest group is getting represented, it's like, you look at our interest group, it's regular people that just want, rules of the road for blockchain. That's all we want. That's all our money is going to fund, right? We're not the private central bankers that control the real puppet strings. We're a group of crypto. We're a crypto community that just wants rules of the road. We want to allow our government to regulate us, but just tell us what the rules are. And we shouldn't have to be putting together this much money. Ripple shouldn't have to be paying $150 million in the lawsuit. And I'm sure they're already at 75, maybe almost, I'm sure by the next election we'll be at 100 million. And I forget how much they were. I think that they're well over 100 million left over from this election, fair shake. So they already have 100 million for the next midterms. And to me, this is one of many issues that we should be gathering around as a country. This is not political. It's like the Make America Healthy Again movement, right? Really, America First shouldn't be a political bipartisan issue, or it should be a bipartisan issue, right? It shouldn't be one side or the other. America First in that agenda should be too. It's like my shirt I got here. This is the Make Energy Free Again. Shout out to Tesla. Because I think that if we're going to have a real conversation about saving the planet, well, let's talk about real ways to produce energy. Let's not kid around with the silly stuff that we got going on here, right? The wind turbines, solar. Yes, solar can play a role, right? But let's have a real conversation about how we produce energy. And I was just listening to my mentor, Dan Pena, before I hopped in here while I was taking a shower. And he was talking about if the world knew the reserve that is sitting under Saudi Aramco, which is the main oil company for Saudi Arabia. He said if the world knew how big that reserve was, we would go to $5 oil instantly. Now, mind you, this is the only human on the planet that predicted negative oil during 2020. He's a stubborn old man, but I tell you what, he's been around. And he's got the ear of the Vatican. I'm not going to get into that here, but this is one of many reasons why I listen to this guy. What are you saying? If we knew what was under Saudi Arabia, $5. He said 5 cents. But obviously, they can't expose that one, can they? But these are the issues like crypto, make America healthy again, make energy free again, or at least make energy in America again, right? Let's just let the free, and this is where I stand as a libertarian and a believer in the free market, is let the free market decide. Elon has a plan. We got other billionaires got plans, let's let them thrive. Ripple has a plan. Let's let them thrive versus what we've been up against with the previous administration here. This is what we have to look forward to right here. The Trump administration eyes the CFTC to lead digital asset regulation, giving the CFTC regulatory authority over the spot market for Bitcoin and ETH and other tokens deemed digital commodities would give it the power to regulate the exchanges they're traded on, and XRP, of course. So this is a great move. The tokens in and of themselves are not securities. We know that. And then it's just a matter of, are they commodities, or are we going to come up with a new definition, a new term, a new classification of an asset, right? It also was deemed, XRP was, to be a virtual currency. So I would argue that they have the characteristics of a currency and a commodity, and depending on which market they're traded in or which use case you're talking about is going to determine how they're being regulated. So it's going to be OFAC, it's going to be, basically AML, KYC, all those standards for payments. And then in the commodities trading, it's going to be the CFTC that regulates those markets and the futures markets for these assets as well. I'm against creating a new government agency to regulate. I think that we just need to codify the law and make the law clear. And that most of these are going, would fit the definition of a commodity. As far as how much utility does a meme coin have, that's up for debate. But I do believe that you're talking about meeting the definition of commodities and currencies for many of them, and how they're being used would determine how they're going to be regulated by existing agencies and regulators within our government. Now, continuing on, I do want to take a moment here to take a sip of my adult beverage. Let's say cheers. Thank you for tuning in here tonight. If you guys haven't already, please tap it, smack it. We got almost 2,300 here with us on X and YouTube, couple hundred on TikTok. Thank you for stopping by. I wanted to check Q&A real quick. How are we doing here? Appreciate you guys for stopping by. My apologies for not having all of my points lined up here tonight. Getting into the office here late, but just wanted to fire up the live and get it rolling. Okay. Wanted to stop in real quick on the Q&A. I have just a couple more points to check. Cheers. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. I keep seeing videos on market cap not mattering to XRP price. Can you explain? Yeah, that's a good thing to get into, actually, because a lot of people are confusing that. So for XRP to go to $1 trillion market cap with a 57 billion circulating supply, you're talking about an XRP that's at about $17.5 to $18 per XRP. Okay. So a lot of people mistakenly think that XRP can't go to $1 trillion, or it can't go to $1 trillion market cap, or it can't go to these really big price targets because that would be a $50 trillion market cap, right? The thing that folks need to understand is that it doesn't take $1 trillion of net inflows into an asset for an asset to achieve $1 trillion market cap, right? So what you apply is a market cap multiplier or a crypto multiplier, which basically is going to give you the math behind, for every dollar that comes into an asset, how much does the market cap grow? I did a video about a little over a week ago talking about this with XRP and showing documentation from the Bank of International Settlements and also Bank of America having this exact conversation about market cap multipliers ranging from 20 to over $100, 20x to over 118x for market cap multipliers that would be applied to crypto assets. What that means is that for every dollar that comes in, you're talking about at a 100x multiplier, a dollar comes in, the market cap grows by $100. So $1 billion comes in, the market cap's going to grow by $100 billion. One of the variables that you have to look at that's going to impact this is how much of the currency, how much of the asset is being used for payments. Because that's going to be separate than the asset being held as a store of value or a speculation. Remember, market cap is a metric that gives you a snapshot of the value of an asset overall. You cannot say that you would be able to get that liquidity, get that value out of an asset, because in almost every case, when there goes to be selling, that selling pressure is going to pull liquidity out, and you're also going to apply a multiplier to the market cap adjustment as it's coming down as well too, as people sell off. So that's why cryptos grow so quickly but can come back so quickly, right? So when we see the market cap comes down by $1 trillion, right? Or for example, Brad Garlinghouse commented on Fox Business about how after Gary Gensler announced his resignation, or actually this is before Gary had announced his resignation, this was just on Trump's election. Just Trump's election had unlocked 800 billion, he said. And that's because the crypto market cap grew, the overall crypto market cap grew by 800 billion. So it was an 800 billion unlock. Now, did 800 billion come in? No. The inflows are much less than that. So this is where market cap is not an inhibitor on how high an asset can go, because it's merely just a snapshot. And when you want to see how high an asset will go, you need to look at the net inflows. You need to look at the multiplier effect. And then you also do need to determine how much of the asset is being used in payments. And for that use case or utility, you use a different equation. I've come up with the term liquidity value. What is the liquidity value of Ripple's on-demand liquidity product? That's the question that we've been asking, right? How much XRP are they using? How quickly are they rolling that same XRP over and over again to perform the dollar amount, the liquidity value that they're moving on-demand liquidity? Completely different equation than market cap. And folks mix up the two. Folks confuse and think that market cap is some inhibitor. They think that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. For every $1 that comes in, the market cap's going to grow by $1. That's not how it works. That's why your crypto's pump so hard, is because a lot of people are holding on to it. They're not using it for payments. So the more people that are holding on to it, the higher the multiplier, which is why I think there's no telling how high XRP can go this bull run, because our multiplier is much more dramatic than some of these other cryptos. Like, even for Bitcoin is used in payments somewhat, not much. XRP, relative to the overall supply, still a small portion is used for payments. So the multiplier is going to be dramatic. And so what we're going to be watching is the net inflows, which I'm going to be putting together another presentation on this in a separate video. Well, I'll make these thoughts succinct. I'll put it together in a nice presentation so everybody can understand this. And then the other place that we'll be able to watch it, the main place that we got it is Glassnode, I believe is the website. And then when the inflows on the ETFs can be tracked, when the ETFs go live, we'll be able to track those inflows or outflows, right? It's not always inflows. Remember, folks are asking the question, Michael Saylor just invested $5 billion at, 97,000 or whatever price he bought at. How did the price go down? Because there's sellers. There is sellers on the other side of that. And there's many sellers above 90,000. And I talked about this before we went up into all-time highs. I just said, guys, the order book gets thin above 75,000. I didn't say that we couldn't go to 100,000. I was just saying that the order book gets thin. And so sure enough, Michael Saylor, additional countries, I think Brazil just announced a Bitcoin strategic reserve, or at least they're considering one. So, basically I underestimated Michael Saylor, and I underestimated some of these governments and the move to the Bitcoin. I don't think that that's actually a good move for the United States or really many other governments. It is one option. I just don't think it's the best. Excuse me. It is one option, right? Bitcoin, gold, silver, other resources, oil, commodities, etc. Bitcoin is one option, right? So that's where, back to the conversation, so many people are confused about XRP can't go to so-and-so price because it have a 50 trillion market cap. And if you count, all of the stocks combined aren't that much. Or, if you take the Magnificent Seven, I don't know what their combined market caps are. And they say that'd be worth more than Apple, Google, Tesla, Amazon, all these companies, and Nvidia. Yeah, this is completely different. This is not the stock of one company. This is a underlying payment infrastructure with a lot of crazy people that do treat XRP like a reserve currency and are going to be holding on to their bags forever, which means that the circulating supply is actually a lot less than what's being reported on CoinMarketCap. Now, of course, we still have a lot in escrow, which at the time, we don't calculate that into the circulating supply, which is kind of an interesting way that they suppress XRP market cap. But, once again, when you look at this XRP story, we are getting an explosion of activity on the retail side. We're getting all of these amendments with the new update that just got pushed. We did have an issue, what was that, yesterday, where the market did have a halt, a crash. I don't know what term we're going to come up with. This is, basically Ripple and their developers came up with a fix really quick. And so the conversations are being had between the developers right now before they come out and make a public statement, which I'm glad that they're doing it this way because it's public. If the problem that we had was a real problem, whatever it was. And we're going to find out this week, according to Vet, one of our validators, we know he's in contact, is that we're going to find out this week what the issue was. The problem is you don't want to just blast out, oh, hey, there's a bug here. Everybody who wants to exploit the bug, take advantage of it. It's right here. Right? You don't want to say that. And they didn't want, they want to comment on this when the fix has been implemented. We're urging all of the validators to upgrade to the new version, which includes this fix, but it also includes additional amendment fixes. And it also includes additional amendments that are in the pipeline that our validators will be able to consider going forward. So I'll do a separate update on that, guys, but I'll specifically talk about the issue that we had, and everything went fine. The ledger did exactly what it's supposed to do. It had a little hiccup. We were able to bring it back online, and all of the full history nodes and all of the validators were able to get synced back up. So basically the ledger stopped, halted. We'll figure out what term they want to call this. And then it picked up once again shortly thereafter. I don't even know the total time that it was down. Was not down for very long. Came back, and the ledgers and the validator was able to basically just pick up right where we left off, get fully in sync once again, and no major issue. And if you look, compared to all these other blockchains, the XRP ledger has had downtime like 2 or 3 times in our 12-year history. Right? You got these other blockchains that are going down 2 to 3 times per month. You got hacks and stuff that's taking place every single day on these other chains. And a lot of that has to do with their smart contracts are what gets exploited. Because we've added so much to our ledger at the layer 1 level without smart contracts, we've protected ourselves. So I will update you guys on what the issue was. And then we will also do another update on the amendments that are in the pipeline right now. But this is what's building right now for XRP in the public retail space, along with the news that we got today, a flip of the switch moment that we are live on Dex Screener. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what Dex Screener is, I can pull it up right now here to show you guys. This website, it basically aggregates all of the data from decentralized exchanges, multiple. This is the website right here, right? And so you can see on the side here, you got Solana, Ethereum, Base, Blockchain, or BSC, right? Binance Smart Chain, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Optimism, Polygon, Sui, all of these blockchains, right? Finally, here it is, XRPL right here, right underneath Cardano and Core, XRPL. So if we click on XRPL, this is actually my first time seeing this. They got the number 1 token is Bear, and I'm ranking this by the top in the trending in the past 6 hours. That's how I'm ranking this right now, right? So you can set filters. This is one of the best tools for basically, seeing what's going on these decentralized exchanges. And nobody knows that the XRP ledger had literally like one of the first DEXs ever. The whole idea of the Ripple payment network was a DEX going back to 2004 with Ryan Fugger. That was the whole thing, was a network of IOUs. Essentially what a DEX is. And then when the XRP ledger went live in 2012, we had our DEX right from the get-go. Now, here we are with NFTs on the XRP ledger, with AMMs on the XRP ledger. We already had the token craze and explosion of tokens on the XRP ledger. That was a couple years ago, back in 2021. And you've always had this capability to issue assets on the XRP ledger, but now we had this first ledger, which is basically an offshoot kind of XRP Cafe. They're one of the leading NFT platforms on the XRP ledger. They spun up our equivalent of a pump fund, which pump fund just got shut down, right? The Solana meme coin generator, the token factory for Solana. Yeah, that one got shut down because they had live streaming enabled and it got crazy. The worst of the worst was taking place, literally. So that got shut down. And now this is an incredible opportunity. In fact, since I brought this up, I'm just going to mention this right now. I would love to see First Ledger implement that live stream feature. If we did so with a moderator or probably a team of moderators, right, with safety standards. I mean, obviously they should run it by their lawyers. Run it by your lawyer. Don't listen to me, guys, but run it by your lawyers and see what you could do. But what an incredible opportunity if we could enable live streaming, but it was moderated and everything was safe and everything, right? That would be an incredible opportunity. Now, most people don't want to put their face out there, right? And obviously, I don't want us to, go too far down the deep end. I'm just saying this moment is where everybody starts to realize that the XRP ledger is not just a banker's blockchain. It's not just a banker's coin. This is not just for institutions. This is the biggest misconception about XRP and the XRP ledger, is that there's no functionality and that retail can't use it themselves. No, it's designed for everybody. It's designed for us all to be able to tap in to deep, open public pools of liquidity as the main use case, liquidity. But now the additional functionality is coming. Yeah, you can make a meme coin. That's just one use case. But like I said, all of the others that are now arriving, now that we have clawbacks enabled, one of the amendments that's coming with this upgrade will allow clawback, basically assets with clawback enabled to be added to the AMM. So think of RLUSD, Ripple stablecoin, which will most definitely have clawback enabled. You have to. For regulated financial institutions, you have to have clawback, right? It's part of the banking system and the rules of the road, right? So that's very easy. Clawback enabled, not a big deal. Ripple is an institution that I trust and many others will trust, right? But with the ability to now add clawback enabled assets to the AMM, that's one of the amendments that's coming. And until then, Ripple can't fire up a liquidity pool on the public XRP ledger for RLUSD until that amendment fix goes in. And so that's one of many that's on the way. But now, like I said, if it takes meme coins to be the gateway, to be the gateway introduction to the XRP ledger, then God bless it. Pump these damn memes. Excuse my language, but pump them up. Pump up the memes. Bring them in by the masses, not the degenerates, not the weirdos. Obviously, it's an open public source blockchain. Anybody can use it. The good, the bad, the ugly. You know. But the main point, one of the best features of the XRP ledger, our decentralized exchange. This is what's going to allow us to be our own bank and interact with everybody else on the ledger and every other asset issued on the ledger in a decentralized way. And nobody knew that we had a DEX. Nobody knew that we had NFTs. Nobody knows that we have an AMM. Nobody knows that we have meme coins. Nobody knows that we have on-chain lending in the pipeline. That's one of the amendments that will be considered. You want to be your own bank? You want to lend your assets to somebody else? You want to start to get some DeFi cooking on the XRP ledger? It's coming. See, folks have been wondering, why has XRP been a dead fish? Why hasn't it been moving? Because banks and institutions can't use it yet in a significant way because legislation and regulation is not in place. And the second reason is that because retail's not using it either. All retail had been doing, like myself and like 90% of you, and there's nothing wrong with this, I'm guilty too, is we just hoard our XRP. And it's not even a matter of being guilt. If you just want to hold your XRP, then God bless you. That's your XRP to hold. And for the people that want to go burn all their XRP trading meme coins, creating all these trust lines because you have 50 different meme coins, lock it up, burn it. God bless it. Thank you for making my reserve asset more scarce. I appreciate you. Go burn it. Go lock it up. And one of the things that's now being done is that many of the validators are actually voting to lower the reserve fees for opening up a wallet and for opening up a trust line. So the new vote for many of them is to make the wallet creation 1 XRP, which will be really good because it's going to have to go even lower when XRP goes to 10,000, right? When XRP goes to 10,000, we're going to have to lower it even further. It's going to, be 1 drop, or it's going to be 10 drops to open up a wallet. And it's going to be 2 drops to open up a trust line when XRP is at 10,000. Maybe somebody can do the math and tell me what that would equate to. If XRP was $10,000 per coin and we made the wallet reserves 10 drops to open up a wallet and 2 drops to open up a trust line, what would that cost you? We might even have to go lower. But what's being considered right now is 1 XRP to open up a wallet and 0.2 XRP to open up a trust line. as it stands right now, we already lowered the minimum from 20 XRP to 10 XRP. We already did that. And this is where it stands right now at 10 XRP to open up a wallet. So right now, right, XRP's at $1.30, $1.40. What is XRP at right now? Let's get a quick price check. Make sure we don't miss a pump. Just in case, we got to make sure we don't miss a pump. XRP's at $1.36. Right. So it's costing you $13 to open up a wallet. It's costing you nearly $3 to open up a trust line. You can't get mass adoption, especially in third world countries, etc. And you really it gets costly to get access to issued assets. Now, the main reason why this is in place, the reserves are so high compared to other blockchains, is to prevent spam. That's the main issue, is that when blockchains are relatively free or cheap to use, you can spam the network more easily. So this has been a safety feature and a benefit of the XRP ledger. Up until now, it hasn't been an issue, but now it's an hindrance of adoption. So you got to weigh the risks of safety versus adoption. And at the current prices, we definitely can afford to bring it down. And I don't think that we're going to expose our ledger. I do think that it is the right move to bring it down to 1 and to bring it down to 0.2. I do believe that that is the case. And I also believe that because I believe that XRP is going to go to a much higher price. Now, one point that Mayuka has shared, and she's one of the senior software developers at Ripple, one of the best right now working on the ledger, is that it's very, very difficult to raise the limits after you lower them. So it is something that does need to be cautioned as we walk into that decision. It's not something that we should just go into willy-nilly, because the problem is that all of the wallets, if we lower the reserves to 1 XRP, and then later on we decide, wait, we need to actually raise this back up, is you run into the issue of all of these wallets that only have 1 XRP in them, are basically, I don't know if they would get black holed. I don't know if they just wouldn't be able to be opened. I don't know what would happen. That'd be a question for these developers. But you'd have a problem. We'd have to come up with some sort of way to be able to fund those wallets again, or to be able to grandfather those wallets in. Something would have to be done. So it's very difficult to raise these wallet reserve limits after we've lowered them. But at this time, and because I think that XRP is going to go to a much higher price, and we will sustain over $1. I don't think that XRP's going to last much, really long under $1 if we do go there. It's going to be in the blink of an eye. I don't think that it's going to last long at all. And I think that we're well on our way to much higher prices. And I think that this conversation is not one that won't come up again. It absolutely will. It's just a matter of not moving too quickly, especially in an era of massive volatility and swings in the XRP price. 5 to 10 years down the road, when it's stabilized, we'll probably only have to adjust this every 5 to 10 years, right? But for right now, when XRP does go to 10,000, that'll be a different conversation. But for right now, I think that we are safe to lower the reserves to 1 and to 0.2 for trust lines. And this will help us. Once again, I want mass adoption from the ground up and from the top down. I want both. I want retail. I want memes. I want businesses, small businesses, building and choosing the XRP ledger. And we're starting to see that finally, now that we're getting a little bit more functionality, or at least businesses that can tap into Evernote or Hooks or Corium, other smart contract platforms with this hub and spoke model, with XRP, the main hub of liquidity, and the spoke model of all these other smart contract blockchains that we got bridges to. Remember, Acceler's about to bridge us over to 90 plus blockchains. So it's not going to be a problem of having a smart contract platform to do your smart contract on. It's just going to be a matter of, can XRP ledger be the best source of liquidity in the world? That's my main thesis and question for XRP is XRP being one of the best, if not the best, source of liquidity in the world. That's, to me, is the main value proposition for the ledger. But you're going to have memes all the way up to institutions using the ledger. And I say, why not have both? Why not bring them all in? Now, I did see that I missed the super chat. I don't want to miss that. Scott Johnson, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for the 20 spot. That's a big one. Scott, thank you so much. Everybody else in the chat, thank you. Let's hop into Q&A. Let's get back into Q&A. No one's holding after $5. Oh, yeah, no, I'm holding a lot of my bag forever. And many others are too. Absolutely. Guys, this Dex screener thing is massive. And we also have Dex tools and a couple other that we still need to get listed on as well. And then like when the DeFi starts getting going and we'll get more and more platforms on DeFi, Llama, some of these other platforms, right, that, you know, basically aggregate all the data for DeFi, for DEXs, all of that. Nobody even knows about this stuff. What's up? What's up? How high can XRP go? The sky's the limit. I don't put a limit on how high XRP can go. This bull run, I think $5 to $10 is very conservative. And I have targets on my exit strategy all the way up to $25. Your thoughts on Riddlers and Mr. Pool? There's something there. Absolutely something there. I'm just checking TikTok comments here real quick, making sure I didn't miss anything important over there. YouTube, appreciate you guys for stopping by here tonight. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And all I have to plug, I don't have any sponsors. This show is sponsored by yours truly. Everything's at ZachRector.com. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you for your support. Q&A, let's roll. Sleep, focus, calm, and meditate. No need to sell my bags. You know, for a lot of my XRP bag, yeah, that's the plan. Stack as much as possible. You know, I've been focused. I lost track of the dollar amount that I've invested in XRP. Stop keeping track. It's better off that wifey doesn't know. So I stopped. I basically just keep track of how much XRP I've stacked up, and eventually I'll look back. You know, I'll get some time to look back here, and I'll be able to figure out my average and how much, you know, USD I did allocate. But I've just been focused on that, and that's the only reason why I plan on trading some of my bag this bull run, is just because I feel so firm in my stance, in my prediction that XRP is going to run up massively, 2017 fractal potential with a 50% correction. So it's just a matter of trading that move in a calculated way where necessarily I don't need to maximize the top. I don't need to sell the absolute top. I don't need to sell the bottom, but I do want to be able to extract some profit. And then when I'm all said and done, hopefully acquire my bag back or maybe even more. Once again, I'm selling off, and my plan is 3 buckets, cash to buy back in during the bear market and the correction, setting some aside for taxes. Hopefully Trump will implement something here. Looks like we might not have any capital gains to pay on crypto. So I'm going to be watching that very closely. And that is one thing that would adjust my exit strategy and how much I end up selling off. Like, I'm very firm in my sell targets, how much XRP I'm going to sell. I'm very firm in that. But one caveat, one thing that would throw, you know, a wrench in my plan would be Trump confirming and it actually being codified into law, signed into law by Congress, no capital gains on crypto. If that's the case, that would change my strategy for sure. As far as if it looks like that's coming, I might sell less before that actually comes into law. And then once that does come into law, that's also going to impact how much I sell as well too. One thing that I'm battling in my state is the income tax. And so I'm in the process right now of setting up entities outside of this state for my crypto holdings and for additional businesses as well. My state is silly. And some of you guys might live in a silly state or country as well. So consider that. I mean, if this goes the right way, we're going to have capital flowing into the United States because folks are going to want to set up entities in some of our states, and they're going to want to hold their crypto and invest their money. They're going to want assets in the United States of America if Trump is able to implement these plans. like no capital gains tax on crypto asset trading, no income tax, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. That was the icebreaker. Let's go all the way with it. Is the income tax is that amendment constitutional? We can have that conversation a different day. I'm not going to get into it here. But no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. That's a good icebreaker. It's a good conversation to have. Now, for most people, trading is not really an option, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You just stack your bags, and you want to take some profit, set up an exit strategy. This is why I'm really happy to get set up with Caleb and Brown, just because for a lot of my audience, we have a lot of folks, even audience members over 70 years old, that are getting into crypto. And shout out to our community of all ages. We got youngins all the way up to 70 plus. And I was excited that Caleb and Brown, pick up the phone, call them, set it up. You can do what I'm doing. Well, don't copy me. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing is I'm sending a bag of XRP over to Caleb and Brown. And I'm just going to tell them, hey guys, at these targets, can you get me some liquidity? Can you get me some cash, please? Set it and forget it. I love it because I'll just be going through here. I look over at TikTok and there's just always people that are all riled up, it's just hilarious without fail. Dubai, yeah, I think I'll like to visit Dubai at some point. Yeah, I'm not planning on leaving the homeland unless I absolutely have to, but yeah, I plan on traveling about once the children get older. Don't really plan on doing much travel too far outside the States. I mean, I just went up to Canada again this weekend, and that's kind of a foreign country right there, a little bit different up there. Shout out to my Canadian brothers and sisters. Went up to the Little Italy community in Vancouver, and they had a little Christmas market, Christmas celebration deal. Wifey thinks that we need to decorate. I'm like, we're not decorating till after Thanksgiving, okay? That is a Thanksgiving weekend chore, honey, okay? Put it on the honey to-do list for this coming weekend. Then we'll start getting some decorations up, but not before Thanksgiving. I mean, golly, she was trying to get into fall mode before my birthday in September. I'm like, no. We are hanging on to summer. We are going to soak up as much sunshine as we can until, my birthday's right, at the end of September kind of. After my birthday, then we can start to get into fall mode. And then I finally had to capitulate when our, starts to actually get crappy out here. But anyways, to buy myself some time for decorating for for Christmas, I should say. We went up to the Christmas market there in the Little Italy community, and that was really fun. That was a lot of fun. Really cute. Now, I will say, I did have to walk my family by some interesting scenarios, some interesting dealings, can we say? Open air activities that anything goes up there. It's an interesting place. We have a lot of fun going to Canada. A lot of time up there. Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, Seattle was such a beautiful city. I went to Seattle today. That's why I am coming here live so late tonight. This guy. It's about a 2-hour drive down there. So 2 hours down, 2 hours back. A lot of time to listen to Twitter Spaces and YouTube, so that was good. A couple actually conducting some phone calls too along the way. Still able to get some business done. And I wanted to record in there, but nowadays I try to get in and out of the city because the traffic is kind of the main thing. And it's just especially down there in my truck. When I take my F-250 down there, I don't really like spending too much time because there's literally nowhere for me to park it besides like just being hugged up in some sketchy spots. I barely can park in the hospital parking lot with my truck. So basically, I get in and I get out. I try to get some good food. That's one good thing to take advantage of. And then, work my way up before the traffic. If you get stuck in that traffic, it's gnarly. Heading out of Seattle at the end of the day. Please visit Japan. Yes, I am. I will be. That's on my list for sure. I would love to go to the next Ripple Swell conference, which it sounds like is going to be in Asia. I don't know if it's going to be Singapore, Tokyo, what their plan is, but it sounds like the rumors that I'm hearing is that they're leaning towards back in Asia. So that'd be a lot of fun. But I don't really plan on taking the family overseas until we're at an older age with the little ones. You know what I'm saying? This is not a pre-recorded live. This is live. Zach, with Caleb and Brown, can you transfer your bag into open an account? Yes. Yes, you can, Jim, and it is absolutely free, and they will help you. Clive Armstrong, appreciate you coming through. Australia, crypto.com, Sydney over the weekend. Charles Hoskinson joined via VC. Had positive words for XRP Army, Brad and David. Relationship mending. Thoughts? Yeah, Clive, I love to see it. I don't know exactly. Crypto convention in Sydney. No, that's great. That's great. I definitely got Australia on the list too. You crazy folks in the land down under. I plan on coming to see you at some point. I think that it's great. In fact, I haven't played the clip. That was a great video. It's like Charles has seen the light, right? I don't know what we're going to call it. What are we going to call the ETHgate pill? The green one? We gave Charles the green pill, right? And now he sees the light on ETHgate and how the people doing the Wyoming stablecoin project are consensus and Ethereum folks, and they're basically picking winners and losers. I did see, though, that one of the reasons why they didn't choose the XRP ledger is because that something to do with the clawback, which we have clawback enabled. Just, I don't know if maybe that was their excuse or what there is, but it's ridiculous to not consider the XRP ledger, but whatever, right? But the point being, Charles Hoskinson, in that video that he just shared, what was that, yesterday or the day before, he sees the light now. He sees what we've been talking about. And that's the part that I have an issue with Charles on is it's great. Yeah, I don't know what we have to gain from Cardano. I know that they have Midnight. I know that they have some smart contract functionality. I know that they have a very strong community. And maybe we do have something to gain, right? Maybe there is some value to be given back and forth. That's something to be considered. I don't know about that, but the developers can handle that. My problem with Charles, and he hasn't apologized for this, is he called us crazy lunatic and whack jobs when he had the evidence of everything that we were talking about. That Ethereum was controlled by China and that ETHgate was real. And he shunned us, called us crazy. And in the documentary, we show Steven Narioff has, I don't know if it was text messages or email, it was both. The amount of evidence that Steven Narioff has from the early days of Ethereum is next to none. He has an encyclopedia. I mean, he has a library of evidence on the early days of Ethereum. And I say evidence because it was a lie, and to the level of extent that it was illegal, I mean, we'll see. I'm not holding my breath, and it's not that I want anything bad to happen to ETH or ETH holders, right? And it's not that I think that Charles is necessarily a bad guy. It's just that was in bad faith to shun us and call us crazy when we have it on record, him saying that Vitalik was controlled by China. And now it's like, let's be friends, and we're left out of the Wyoming stablecoin deal. It's like, well, okay, yes, but where were you, bro? You could have helped us out, right? You could have been there to say, yes, this is one of the reasons why I left Ethereum, is because of what they were doing, and Vitalik was controlled by China. He could have said, he could have came clean, but he didn't. And so, my thoughts on Cardano is it's another chain that has functionality. It's taking market share away from Ethereum. That's why Ethereum's such a dud, in my opinion, and is going to have such mediocre performance this bull run compared to other cryptocurrencies, is that Cardano and others are taking their lunch. And it has a very strong community. And I think that Charles is actually a really good guy. He has, I agree with him on a lot of points. He's a libertarian too. I used to listen to his content because I found it very interesting, him speaking on crypto and other things taking place in the current events in the markets. But, everybody wants to come together and sing Kumbaya, and that's great. I guess we can. It's fine. Because we were still able to collect the evidence that we needed. We were able to make our case, and we are winning, and we're being set free. So there's nothing holding us back at this point, Rishi John, thank you. Can we have live chat important? Yes, Rishi, yes. Yep. The live the super chats are easy to see because they get blocked out in that big bright colored background, and I always try to prioritize those. Sometimes the chat's moving too quick, and sometimes I rant too long. My apologies for that. I am guilty of that sometimes. What else are you guys working with out there? Let's go rapid fire. ETH equals a security? Yeah, well, we'll find out. I mean, they won't say whether or not it is. Minimum XRP we should hold? Well, you'd have to tell me, how rich you're trying to get. Are you trying to make $1 million or $1 billion? And I could answer it relative to this bull run, right? I think that, conservatively we go $5 to $10. And I've been very honest, and many other, I'm looking around. A lot of our other TA gurus and experts are saying that, yeah, this is matching up with the 2017 fractal that takes us to 15, 20, 25 bucks. Some folks say 30, 40 bucks. Some folks say that we're going to $10,000 next year. That's fine. How much money are you trying to make? That's the question. Nicholas K, thank you for the 10 spot. Appreciate your work over the years, Zach. Have been a skeptic on the way through, even of you, but glad things are coming to light and it's indisputable, all these ISO coins' viability on the world stage. Nicholas, that's a good point, and something that I wanted to bring up, I mentioned it earlier, is that for Quant, Quant just announced that they're going to be going off of Twitter. Now, I think that this is a big mistake, and I posted some tweets about it, and I wasn't trying to spread FUD about Quant, but I've been asking the same questions about Quant for a very long time. And I made the tweet earlier tonight. I said, even if your token is compliant with the ISO 222 messaging standards, even if your token is compliant, even if it's interoperable, it doesn't mean that institutions or anybody that matters is using your token. That's what we need to see, or at least that's what I need to see before I invest in a token. So just because Quant had ISO 222 messaging standards interoperable with Quant, I still didn't pull the trigger on Quant, and I haven't bought Quant because I haven't seen enough use and adoption of the token. And I asked this question to somebody who posted a comment underneath me saying, how stupid can I be, or something like that. And I just asked the simple question, show me one institution that's using the Quant token. I got no response. Somebody else responded with a screenshot of ISO 222 and it saying that it was the basis of the new financial system. And I'm like, okay, you're making my point. Just because a payment system, just because a token, just because a blockchain has interoperability or ISO 222 messaging standards within it doesn't mean that anybody's using the token. And if the token's going to significantly appreciate, we need people using the token. And for Quant, I haven't been able to find it. The institution that's using the token. I found people that are friends with Quant. I found people that are taking pictures with Quant. I've seen that the CEO makes some appearances at crypto conferences. That's cool. I've seen that Quant is consulting banks, central banks, part of the Digital Pound Foundation and others, I believe, right? That's great. I've talked about that with Ripple too. But the difference with Ripple and XRP is I can point and I can say that bank is using XRP. These institutions are using XRP. We can see the flows of liquidity for on-demand liquidity. That's real use of the token, not a photo op, not a consultation, not a partnership that is nothing more than words, not a friendship. I'm not investing in a project that is liked by everybody else and is friends with everybody else. I'm investing in a blockchain or an ecosystem because they are effectively bringing adoption to the token in that blockchain. And the token actually needs to be used, like in the case of XRP. Unlike some of these other blockchains, unlike some of these other use cases where you don't even need a token. Now, Tom, appreciate you, Tom. He asks us, does anybody remember laughter? And yes, we do. Tom, I am laughing because it's just silly. It's like we've come to this realization even with Ripple and XRP that just because somebody's partnered up with Ripple doesn't mean they're using XRP. And that's something that I was mistaken on early on. Now, of course, XRP is the secret sauce. And this is how Ripple's gotten so much adoption is that you onboard them with, well, they're going to have their own stablecoin here soon. But up until now, they've onboarded them with traditional fiat payment rails and then given them the option of the secret sauce XRP ledger utility or liquidity. You know, yes, we can settle on traditional fiat payment rails. Or if you want to tap into the best source of liquidity and the secret sauce, we start to move your liquidity on XRP ledger through on-demand liquidity. And that option is available. But that's something that we had to come to realization with, right? I laugh at myself in some of the ways that I understood some of these some of these conversations. The tokens in and of themselves are not ISO compliant. Ripple is what is making XRP ledger payments ISO compliant. See, but I don't want to pick. See, there's people that want to be absolute sticklers, and so when people say invest in ISO coins or tokens, I'm not here to correct them and say that the tokens themselves aren't ISO compliant. It's Ripple that's making XRP ISO compliant, right? That technical nuance doesn't matter. But what does matter is that not just being ISO compliant, that's not necessarily what matters. That is important. That means that you're ready for the new messaging standards, the new financial system. That means you are ready for it, but you need to get use of the token, which is what we've had to admit here recently in the XRP community is that, yeah, we want our chain to be for payments. We want to be the best source of liquidity. And we, for most of us, don't play around with Mickey Mouse meme coins. But for crying out loud, would it be nice to get 5 or 10 billion of liquidity flowing on the XRP ledger? Yes. And there's 5 to 10 to, there was at some points over the past couple of weeks, $20 billion worth of volume on the meme coins on Dex Screener. I was checking Dex Screener over the past couple of weeks, and the 24-hour volume at times was 15, 19, 20 billion. That's happening on Solana, Ethereum, and all those other blockchains, which is why those blockchains are where they're at, is because people are actually using them. Which brings me back to the main point. Why is XRP not moved? Why has XRP not done anything? Because institutions and banks didn't have the regulations in place to use it, and because nobody else from a retail perspective was using it for NFTs, for memes. even though we had NFTs and tokens, we didn't have anything substantial on there, right? Now you're seeing the announcements come in here almost on a weekly basis of Ripple partnering up with others to launch tokenized money market funds on the XRP ledger. That announcement came out just yesterday. Along with Open Eden also doing T-bills on the XRP ledger. Along with Aurum doing the first of its kind tokenized debt and equity on the XRP ledger, 1 billion allocation. So now XRP's moving. We have memes, we have NFTs, and people are actually trading them and using them. And at the end of the day, there are more buyers than sellers of XRP. XRP, the asset, is bought for memes, and it's also bought by folks like myself and many of you guys out in the audience that are holding it as a store of value too. This is when the XRP supply shock scenario starts to come into play, is when we got a bunch of activity with memes and silly stuff and folks buying XRP, and we come to a point here in the near future where we realize, oh wait, Ripple's not selling any XRP programmatically to the exchanges. Ripple's only selling XRP to their institutional partners. XRP's not trickling down from those institutional partners. Those institutional partners are using it in their own liquidity pools, for their own utilities, for their own treasury management, for their own use cases. And we run into a scenario where, there's next to none or very little XRP that's actually getting out into the public circulating supply available for retail to buy. So retail is playing around with it. Then it goes to a crazy price, and then the supply shock comes in, and then we go, oh crap, what am I doing with these bag of memes? I've been in the meme coin game still, watching it closely, and I'm very excited to see that we got Dex Screener. That is very big. It's not like, we're gonna take our meme coins to $1 billion market cap overnight. But this is where we start to really get attention, is we get some of those meme coins that are getting onto, exchanges, right? Tier 2 exchanges. Eventually, maybe we can get one of our XRP memes up to a big enough market cap where it could get listed on tier 1 exchanges. I mean, it sounds silly, right? And I get it. Our main thesis is to hold our XRP and wait for banks and institutions to use it. But in the meantime, if we could build a base floor price of $5 or $10 XRP or $20 XRP based off of meme coin activity, then God bless it. Let's tell the degens to ask forgiveness for their sins later and tell them to come gamble on the XRP ledger. We can take them to church after, What do I think about Pepe on the XRP ledger? Classic meme, probably has some staying power. The momentum just isn't there in the memes. I invested in a new project the other day, and I got in and I got out of it pretty quickly. It's just the momentum on launch isn't there. And then I'll be honest with you guys, though. There's quite a few of my meme coin bags that if I would have just held on to them, I would be up way more than the XRP that I made. Like, I'm actually pretty curious to see what my bag would be worth if I had just held on to, like if I just held everything. Now, of course, there are some coins that did come down, but there's coins like Brito that just hit $1 million market cap. In fact, I'll pull up First Ledger right now because I haven't checked my meme coins since earlier today. I traded out of one of them. Let's get it here. One sec, guys. Pulling this up right now. Here we are on First Ledger, and I should have a link for First Ledger in the description of this video if you guys haven't gotten set up here. This platform is the easiest and most simple to trade, but I also trade on Magnetic when I want to place my limit orders, when I want to, have a couple more tools at my discretion, because First Ledger does not allow you to set limit orders. But, here we are with Drop, right, at a market cap of 16 million. Here we are with Sigma. Now, Sigma, I faded this guy at 100,000. I faded it at 600,000. Here it is at an $8.35 million market cap. I never bought into Sigma, and I'm really regretting it. Now, Bear is one of the OG memes. It's at a $6.69 million market cap. I never have been in it, but should have got into it. Scrappy, right? Or is this a new one? Is Scrap different from Scrappy? Is this a different one? Shoot, I don't even... Is this a different coin? Oh, no, okay, this is Scrappy, yeah. Scrappy at a 1.81 million. I mean, I got out of this thing, I think, at a few $100,000. I can't remember exactly, but, this Brito. I got out of Brito. I mean, I think the market cap was maybe a few $100,000. Here it is at 888,000. It was over $1 million earlier today. I mean, some of these I should not have sold off my bags. Now, Xtardio is a bag that I am currently holding, and I am getting wrecked on. Just destroyed on. But I bought it for the community, and, I'm down 50% for the community, so that's cool. But that's how it goes, and I'm still happy. Now, for Xtardio, when did I buy? I forget. I did buy again at a 600,000 market cap, and I think that I placed another order actually. If we got any other dip, I think I'm actually buying more Xtardio. The reason why is because this is a Solana meme that I think will have staying power and recognition. It'll be recognizable from the Solana community coming over to trade the XRP memes. This is one of their memes. So they recognize this. In this community, they've been running spaces 24/7 on Twitter. Some of these memes, though, ATM up to a 1.53 million. I mean, this is one that I'm glad that I did get out of it when I did, because this one, I talked about ATM at the time. That was a big one, right? So that was a big pump and a big dump, and I did trade that one very well. Now it's coming back up. It looks like it has bottomed. It's building some structure, and it's starting to move back up. But the reason why I'm showing this and bringing this up with you guys is my hope is that some of these communities get to just throw an egg on my face and just say, Zach, you cheated your whole bag at a 500,000 market cap, and now we're at 50 million, and we're getting listed on, some exchanges. And I just can't wait. Zach, I bought a Lambo with my meme coin. You shouldn't have cheated your bag. I want that. I want that for these meme coin communities because I want that engagement. I hope that they can come back and tell me. I got to meet the creator of Flippy down in LA. And the LA community was lit, man. It was a good group down there. A great group of people for the LA screening of XRP Unleashed. Had a really good time down there. But I got to meet Not Financial Advice, that Twitter account. He's kind of anonymous. I got to meet him. Excuse me. And I also got to meet the guy behind Flippy. And, that's another one of those. I hope that all these guys get to come back and make fun of me for selling off these bags. They'll say, oh, Zach, you thought you were slick making a few thousand XRP. I just bought this Lambo whip. I hope that comes. I hope it does. Peanut, yeah, we got a lot of folks shilling Peanut in the chat. It's been a hot one, right? I got in and out of the Peanut on the XRP ledger already. Yeah, a lot of these coins I've already been in and out of. And I haven't gotten into any of the Solana ones. I just don't really care. I am lazy when it comes to playing around with these. I don't like to have to get set up on different platforms and, the Phantom wallet. And I'm sure it's super easy. Like, I'm sure I could set it up. I know, I understand how to do all that stuff pretty well. It's just, I'm lazy and I like to stay in the XRP ecosystem. Have I used Coinly for taxes? I have not. No. Yeah, Peanut. That's what's crazy, guys, is if you look at these meme coins on Solana, I mean, they're going to serious market caps. It's insane. Let me go back to Dex Screener. So our biggest meme coin on the XRP ledger is Drop at a $16 million market cap. Now I got to see here where Drop has been trading at. Now, even with that being said, Drop is still down big time from the all-time high of basically 25, 26 XRP. Drop has recovered and is building good structure here. This is good to see. At 12 XRP, though, it's still down 50% from the all-time high. So, but the point that I was making is it's at a $17 million market cap. If we go to Dex Screener and I go to Solana, what is the number one coin by market cap? No, I don't want Coinbase Wrapped. I want... See, I don't even know how to use this. Oh, wait. Let's see. What is this here? What's Chill Guy at? 590 million. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Rock, paper, scissors on Solana is at a $226 million market cap. This is stupidity tokenized. $395 million market cap for Zero. I mean, what the heck is this? Zero. $395 million. Nearly $500 million market cap. I mean, this is just stupidity. $588 million for just a Chill Guy. Is that a derivative of Chill Guy? Oh, no, it's the same one. It's the same one. See, I'm still learning how to read this platform. But, I mean, okay, here you go. Dog with hat. That's been around for a while, right? That's been a hot one. It's 6 months old. This is a 6-month-old token on Solana. Dog with hat goes by the ticker WIF. $3 billion freaking market cap. I mean, I'm looking at a fart coin right now that's at 325 million. How did I miss that one? Fart coin. Shouldn't have faded that one, huh? This is stupidity and attention tokenized to the tune of billions and billions of dollars. In fact, let me go back. Because I want to check this out here. The 24-hour volume on Dex Screener is 15.22 billion. So not only do you have some of these meme coins sitting at $3 billion market caps like Dog with Hat, you have $15 billion worth of trading volume in 24 hours. This is insane. Now, I finally figured out how to organize these by market cap. So, victims of pump fun. Like, guys, I need to take another sip of my adult beverage because I don't even know what to say. This is so ridiculous. You guys see how much dang money is flowing around in this space on literally memes? This is nothing compared to what's coming from an institutional liquidity utility environment that we're heading into. But what we've already achieved in crypto is insane. I mean, these are meme coins that are trading at bigger valuations than some of the top companies in the world. Incredible. Victims of Pump Fund, ticker Victim, is $151 billion market cap. Just the chill guy, $594 million, so over $500 million. Zerbro is at $397 million. Daddy Chill, how did we miss this one? $336 million. Rock, Paper, Scissors, $233 million. Dolos the Bully, goes by the ticker Bully, $177 million. I mean, this is just unbelievable. All the rest of these are in the tens of millions. Where's our XRP token? We're trending right now. Why are they filtering out the XRP tokens? This is all Solana. Which one is this? This one's on Base. And Uniswap. Crap. Christian Rap is the ticker here. It goes by the ticker CRAP. C-R-A-P. Christian Rap. That's on Base and Uniswap. Where's our XRP tokens at, though? Because the market cap of Drop is at 17 million right now. I want to see. Now, we are seeing some reports that the data is kind of lagging right now. Yeah, they got some issues here. What are they showing here? Crypto XRP, they're showing that at a $459 billion market cap. Okay, that's not legit. Solo on the XRP ledger, 5 years old, 62 cents, $250 million market cap. So this is actually correct. Okay, but you have to understand that people can fudge these numbers to make their market cap look huge. What is this? What is this? Crypto XRP. What is this ticker? I've never even seen this token on the XRP ledger. Okay, let's go back. Okay, Solo's in the number 2 spot. These are all tokens on the XRP ledger. So it's not just the memes that are getting exposure on Dex Screener, guys. See, this is why it's so important. This is why this Dex Screener announcement is so big, especially for older projects that have been trying to get attention. Elon Muff, thank you for the super chat. Nasara Jasara incoming, the golden age. Yeah, I firmly believe that aspects of that are being implemented in real time, especially at the state level. J&A Voices, XRP to the moon. I'm still holding at 11 cents. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for the lightning bolt there, Gandalf on TikTok. And I apologize if I did miss anybody else's super chats there. If you guys have not already, please make sure you like the stream, share it out far and wide. We're still going strong here. 9:45 on the West Coast, past midnight on the East Coast, still pumping it up. Solo is the second biggest coin on the XRP ledger with a market cap of 250 million. Corium is at 96 million. CTF. A lot of people have been asking me about this token. I think it's a scam. Just look at the way that they market. Just look at how they're pitching it. Scam. BTC on the XRP ledger is at a 30 million market cap. XP Market, their token, XPM, is at a 17 million, and then Drop. So that's what's interesting to note is that we have, what is this? Yeah, I don't know about this crypto token. I can't speak on this one, but we have legitimate tokens here that are in, well, besides CTF, we have tokens here that aren't first ledger meme coins that are the top coins, and then Drops there. Casino Coin is in the 8th spot. I am a holder of Casino Coin, full disclosure. I don't know how down I am on that bag, but it's at a $15 million market cap. XGO, yeah, that one's been around. XCore, that one's been around. Sigma at an 8.3 market cap. XRP Healthcare, 6.9 market cap. I know a lot of people ask me about that one. I need to see more. Good stories. I see we've been, making some announcements. Good stories. I need to see more. Bear token coming in there at the 12th spot. And it's got 510 lightning bolts, which I don't even know what that means. Apparently, you can boost these coins up. You can, give them rocket ships or lightning bolts. I don't even know how to use this platform, to be honest with you guys. Still learning. But we got all these other, meme coins that are still within the low millions. 2 million for Scrap, 2.2 million for X-Spectre. USDT XRP pairing is at 975,000. And so this is what gets exciting, guys, is when RLUSD comes. And RLUSD goes up to the biggest market cap of them all. That's coming. And that's going to bring our institutions in. What is Flare, Zach? So Flare is another blockchain. And basically they offered an airdrop to XRP holders back in the day. But Flare is another blockchain with smart contract functionality. They're issuing F assets. And what F assets will do is it'll bring smart contract functionality to tokens that don't have smart contracts, like Dogecoin is going to be an F asset. XRP is going to be an F asset. And basically what they do is it's a wrapped version of XRP that they bring to their blockchain. Then you are basically allowed to get all of the functionality and programmability and capabilities of Flare using your XRP over there. So F assets are set to go live, or they are live. They're being tested still, about to go live. We've been waiting on F assets for a very long time. So hopefully they do get implemented here soon. What's the hype on XRP? Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll be dropping more content tomorrow. I've been live now for 1 hour and 41 minutes, so you could watch this episode back. I've dropped thousands of videos, so just watch some of my most recent episodes, and you will get caught up to speed completely. At least for a start. If you're asking a question, what's the hype about XRP? You can watch a couple of my episodes, and then you can also, catch up to speed with many other good content creators that we have here. But we can definitely get you caught up to speed. It's much more than hype. There's real institutional adoption as far as using the XRP ledger for payments and other use cases. And XRP is the native asset for this ledger. It's required to trade all of these assets that I just showed you on Dex Screener. So the XRP ledger has a native DEX built into it. It's one of the preferred blockchains for institutions and banks. As far as what we've seen acknowledged by these banks and institutions, they're maybe picking up positions in Bitcoin. They're not using Bitcoin for any utility, though. They are trying to build on Ethereum. It's expensive. It works relatively all right, but better options are coming around. And this is why you're seeing institutions pick blockchains like Sui. You're seeing them pick Solana. You're seeing, mostly VCs just pumped and dumped Solana, but there is a little bit of activity there. You're seeing some that are picking Cardano. You're seeing some that are picking Hedera. And the XRP ledger just by and large has the most amount of adoption on record, real adoption of the token, not just talking about it. So that's where XRP fundamentals are beyond the hype. Is your dog still with us? Are you talking about Betty White? Yes. Yep. I gave my dog to my mother. Yeah. When we had kids, we had to give up the doggy. Yeah. So Betty White is living a very lavish life with my mother. Yeah. Yeah. My dog is still doing very well. They are not live. See, this is what's so ridiculous. Flare needs to get it together. And I know folks don't want to break the ledger. They don't want to move too quick, but you're missing. It's just, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. You're losing market share. While we're waiting for F assets to go live, Sui's taking market share. Say's taking market share. SEI's the ticker. Say token. Sui's taking market share. Base is taking market share. Arbitrum is taking market share. When do you expect the crypto market crash? We don't necessarily need to have a market crash. We can just have a healthy correction, but I do worry because we're very vulnerable right now. Between now and the election is a very vulnerable moment. It's a very perfect moment for those that say it's going to be a peaceful transition of power to execute a plan that might be the exact opposite, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I can't speak on it in detail here on these platforms. And then even if F assets were live for Flare, like you said, somebody there in the comments, I mean, it's been disappointing from a price action perspective. It is something though that I am looking at actually adding bags of. So right now I have capital on the sidelines ready to deploy to assets like Flare, because even though I'm disappointed in Flare, I still think that there's a really good opportunity to invest in it and ride it this bull run. But I think that Hugo needs to get it together. I expect more from him. And F assets should have already been delivered. And there's some other issues that I have, but I don't really need to get into it. Famous Amo says, watch Rigged from the start. Yes, I highly encourage all of you guys to go purchase and support this documentary. Independent filmmakers within the XRP community have put our story together. And this is going to set the standard for crypto documentaries, in my opinion. And this is the documentary that we can share with the American people as to why the SEC is one of many government agencies that needs to be reined back in. We need to rein back in many government agencies. But this documentary is the one where we can share across America to say, hey, if you're wondering why we're about to come in and rein back in the SEC, this documentary lays it all out for you. Regulatory capture of the digital asset space, attacking American companies while allowing a country that starts with a C that I'm not going to name here to control Ethereum and others. And on top of that, they gave the free pass. On top of that, they came after us and they caused significant amount of damages to the XRP community and the broader crypto space. And the only way to make it right is to basically hold those accountable that were a part of this operation and to pass legislation at the congressional level that gives us rules of the road for everybody to participate on a level playing field in crypto. So we need accountability and we need legislation passed last year, years ago, right? That is the objective of this documentary. And the reason why I'm asking you guys to support it is because these folks burned hundreds of thousands of XRP to put this documentary to take on this undertaking. And Hollywood didn't want to touch this. Go figure. They didn't want to expose the banking interests like JP Morgan and others in Consensus who they were working with, and where the money goes to overseas. Go figure. We know who Hollywood is controlled by. And so Hollywood wasn't interested in it. That's why it's not listed on Netflix right now. Not to say that it won't be down the road, but right now, the producers of this film have made it available on their website. And I got to remember to actually get that linked up in the description of my video. I don't have it linked up down below right now, but I will in my future content because I want to make sure that we have quick links to that. All of our community resources are linked up down below, but I'm going to add the documentary link as well too. It's $15. And not only do we need to buy it and support them, but we also need to tell our friends and family and loved ones, coworkers, we need to max engage. Max engage is not just playing around with the silly meme coins. Max engaging is getting the word out on this documentary, right? This is all part of the XRP go viral moment. Part of it was John Deaton mentioning XRP on the debate stage against Elizabeth Warren for the entire world to see. Part of it is this documentary. Part of it is getting, mission accomplished. I talked with Chris about this in a little call that we did a couple days ago. One of the things that we can add to the documentary now in the final screen is we can say, they said the SEC declined to be interviewed for this film. Well, now we can also add that Gary Gensler's ass has been fired, and he didn't actually get fired. He's announced his resignation, but same point, same difference, same effect. Gary Gensler, you're fired. And so we can add that this is mission accomplished. Not only did we win in the lawsuit, but we got Gary Gensler to step down. We elected Trump. We're about to get legislation. We're about to flip the switch. Ripple's about to launch their stablecoin on top of dozens upon dozens of other reasons and fundamentals that are building and ready to go for XRP. So, the trial was double jeopardy. Okay, which trial you're talking about? Which trial you're talking about? Make Hollywood great again. Absolutely. What's your thoughts on Stuart Elderotti's comments? It sounds like Ripple won the case for sure. This case is done. I've been saying this. For all intensive purposes, which somebody corrected me on lately. So you know, do we have the official announcement? No, but it's done. Unless Ripple decided to appeal, and of course, of course it can. Of course it can. I just don't think that it is. So, and the posture from Brad, you can't, as the CEO of a major corporation like this, that's in the middle of a lawsuit, you cannot wear a shirt that says F the SEC unless you've won. And you got cojones made of you know what, like Brad and Stu do. But the posturing, going on Fox Business and wearing the XRP t-shirt, I thought was a mission accomplished note from Brad Garlinghouse, right? Every time he appears, Brad Garlinghouse is going to be on 60 Minutes. How could I forget to mention that? So we had a lot to catch up on in tonight's live show. That's why I've gone for 2 hours, is because there was a lot that I wanted to catch up on. Brad's on 60 Minutes this weekend. It's premiering, I think, December 1st, Sunday. Primetime television, baby. Our man, Brad Garlinghouse. Now, if Brad wears an F the SEC shirt on the 60 Minutes, then I think that we can 1,000% confirm it's done, right? But I expect him to be fully suited up, probably. Probably no tie. I like the no tie look. I like it on Brad. I like it myself too. I don't really like to wear ties per se. So I like, the suit with the dress shirt, but I did like to see him in the XRP Army shirt too. I mean, I'm telling you guys, Brad is a Kansas boy through and through. He's an American. He is one of us. That's why they come, Brad came to the first XRP Las Vegas to come hang out with us. And I always remind everybody that after the historical ruling from Judge Torres that XRP wasn't a security, he didn't go on mainstream news. He didn't go on any place other than he came to a Twitter space with the XRP community. And he continues to thank the XRP community because he's one of us. 1,000%. And you saw when Liz Clayman on Fox Business asked Brad Garlinghouse, I didn't mean to out Brad like this. I didn't mean to. And I forgot that everybody's likes aren't public. Remember, everybody's likes used to be public. And so we used to spend all this time going through every single one of David Schwartz's likes and doing a decode on it. Oh, David liked this tweet. What does that mean? What, was that a date? We used to spend all this time. And I forgot that now X has removed that and now your likes are not public. But you heard on Fox Business, Liz Clayman, she asked, Brad, there was a little bit of a price spasm earlier this week after you liked a tweet confirming that you met with President Trump. Oh, man. And I'm eating my Popeye sandwich, my little chicken sandwich. And Brad, as smooth as always, just too smooth with it. He says, like many of your guests, I'm not going to comment on any particular meetings or whatever his response was. Very smooth. And then Liz says, I'm going to take that as a yes. And Brad let out a nice laugh. What a moment, guys. I mean, this moment that we're having, this moment for our community, I'm telling you, I get it. There's some cool stuff going on some other blockchains, man. There's some cool tech, bro. Cool tech. Great memes. I love the memes. I mean, the memes are great. I love it. But there is nothing going on in this crypto space like what is happening here for the XRP community. We have been completely vindicated on being attacked, putting up our defense, and completely winning and exposing the corruption in the process, helping to save our country. I've always said, what's up with the Fed buyback? What's up with this and that? This is bigger than XRP. I've always said, this is not about making that XRP number go up. It's about saving our country. And if we don't have a level playing field and a free market capitalist system to thrive, we have nothing. We have nothing. That's why this story needs to be heard by every single American, because most Americans don't even know what the SEC is. And, well, most Americans don't know. Half of America doesn't even know what their 401k is invested in. So, of course, it's no surprise that most Americans probably don't even know what the SEC is. But what sells, what resonates with the American people right now? A story of corruption, of dirty, dirty corruption, of foreign influence type of corruption, of treason type level corruption, and a story of the little guy and gal getting together and defending themselves, a true David versus Goliath story. And now we have won, being completely vindicated. And the best part about this victory is, without a doubt, seeing XRP price go up, right? Because that, above everything else, is what brings us the most attention. But as they come in, then we get to say, hey, this XRP community, we're bigger than making our number go up, than making our portfolio go up. There's a reason why we're called the boomer chain. And some folks say that that's a negative. Well, that's why our community is already so damn wealthy if you haven't figured it out yet. There's a reason why our community continued to buy this damn coin during the depths of the bear market and everything going on, because our community already has a bag. We are the boomer chain. Now we're getting a little bit, or we're getting our spark back. We're getting our spunk back. We're getting young again. We got memes. Ooh, it's spicy again, right? And I'm telling you, this community is going to change the world with this asset. I firmly believe that. Because we're not just here to go buy ourselves a little Lambo, even though I was joking about you guys in the memes buying a Lambo with your meme. I wish you guys all the best success. That's all I was making there. But the point being, our community's not here for Lambos and whips and being silly. We want to see a new financial system born that provides a level playing field, equal opportunity to everybody across this planet. Like I said earlier, when you can tap us in to decentralized social media, decentralized currency, and decentralized voting, the people are set free. You give us decentralized and sound money. You give us decentralized social media so we can communicate freely. And you confirm it, that voting on a blockchain system, we got it back. And that doesn't have to be for just America. I hope to God that it's not for just America. I hope that America becomes the gold standard once again, that we become that, that light on the hill. Guys, I see that we're approaching the 2-hour mark, so I think I'm going to wrap up this session, but it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you guys here tonight. As always, everything is at zachrector.com, and I couldn't do it without your support. So thank you for tapping that like button, smacking that like button, whatever you prefer. Just make sure we max engage, right? Max engage for me. Share it out far and wide. ZachRector.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and God.